This morning's guest went over the top when it comes to tabletops. Find out what it's all about coming up next on All American People. Good morning. Welcome to All American People. This morning we're at the Horry County Museum on the corner of 5th and Main Street here in Conway, South Carolina. We're focused on the upcoming Tablescapes event to benefit the Long Bay Symphony Guild. And we're visiting with one of the Guild's dedicated volunteers and the organizer of the event, Joanne Milnor. Good morning, Joanne.
Thanks for having me, Greg.
Thanks so much for getting in early on a Friday morning to promote something just a week from tomorrow.
Absolutely, and I'm very excited about it, very excited.
Oh,
it's a new event.
You've got to be, and it is incredible. I saw a great piece not long ago in the Horry County Business Journal, written by Kathy Ropp, really taking great pains to explain the tremendous event that you all have coming up.
Well, it's so new. I don't think anyone's done it in this area before. And so we have these 12 designers who are going to actually compete against one another to create the most over-top table. So I'm very, very excited to see. They haven't shown me yet what they're doing, so this is fun.
Over the top tabletops.
Right.
Just saying that, you get tongue-tied, but
not your mother's table. You know, you remember in the old days you brought out the good china at Christmas time, and you might have had a poinsettia plant at the table. Well, no, this is going to be real big-time stuff. Yeah.
This is a competition.
Right.
And it's very serious with all 12 of the competitors.
Yes, they're local designers, some from Conway.
Right.
We've got the bodega involved, and if you've ever been in their shop, it's table after table with beautiful things.
Right.
And we've got Crown and Country coming on board,
right.
And I kid you not, this is going to blow everybody away. And it's new. It's new. People are looking for something new to do.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And you'll get great ideas for your own party.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you have an event coming up, if you're getting married soon,
right.
Well, you know about that.
Yeah.
One of the themes is something borrowed, something blue.
I saw that for one of the. So each designer has a different theme.
Correct, and they've got to pick their own.
Right.
And it's been very interesting that no two are going to be alike. So we have everything from something borrowed, something blue to breakfast at Tiffany's, and that's the young man at Sally Stowe.
Right.
Well, I said, can I get a little peep at what you're doing? He said, you may not. This is a secret. So I said to him, well, there better be a few diamonds on that table. and he assured me it was going to be quite a glittery affair. So
that is tremendous.
Yes. And we have 3 very qualified judges.
Okay,
who are
great.
coming to judge that. We are fortunate because we have the Horry Georgetown Technical College here.
Yes.
And we have 2 professors from the college, one who is a professor, or excuse me, that program's not running right now, but she was a professor in the interior design department.
Okay.
And she is an ASID person, so she's very qualified to grade or judge the tables. The other Horry Georgetown Tech person was in the food and beverage management.
Wonderful.
And get this, Greg, she has had a resort in Zimbabwe in the African bush.
Oh, come on.
Yes, and she's now living in Horry County. She also had a resort in the Bahamas. So, I mean, this lady,
you are kidding.
She knows what she's doing. And then, of course, we're very lucky to have Becky Billingsley.
Oh, yes, who's a superstar locally, right.
She has written for just about every publication there is.
Yeah.
When I met Becky, she was writing for the Sun News, and
Sure.
she was doing that Home and Lifestyles magazine.
Right.
And right now she has a website that's a magazine, and she reviews local restaurants
Oh,
and
yeah.
writes the food column. She's a big foodie.
She does, and much more than just the food columns, really getting into the either the owners of restaurants, restaurateurs locally. There was a great piece that I read on Dino Thompson from Cagney's, the co-owner of Cagney's recently, that Becky had done, that really helped me prepare for an interview with Dino a couple weeks ago, which was wonderful.
Okay, well, of course, you know, part of what she does when she reviews a restaurant is she checks on the ambience and the atmosphere and so forth. So certainly, you know, this event is she's going to be very good at judging.
That is exciting.
And then the audience will help to judge. So there'll be 2 awards, one from the professional judges, and then we are going to give a People's Choice Award. And when you come to register at the door, you are going to receive 12 votes. And then as you go through the gallery and you see these beautiful tables, you can decide which one is going to get your votes. And you can put all of them in one basket, or you can pick the top 2 or whatever.
Great thinking, Joanne. So really put an added razzle-dazzle to it.
Well, and one of the designers said to me, well, the person with the most friends will win. And I said, something to think about. You know, got to get your friends to come.
That's a great thing, absolutely, to get them out. But I mean, even those friends can obviously make their votes without necessarily their friend and loved one knowing what they're voting. I mean, that's the great thing about setting up something like that. There may be something that's really special out there that someone has to recognize. We're here at the Horry County Museum, and obviously all these quilts around us. There were 230 quilts on display down at the Ocean Lakes Rec Center, and they had to come out with blue ribbon winners. And so clearly it's a chore at times to decide, and even if you've got a great friend who's got one there, you may recognize for just the sheer beauty of something, you got to throw the vote where it's actually due. So get your friends out, but also recognize there's some great competition, it sounds like.
For sure, for sure. Now, I want to tell you where the money goes.
Yes, please, please.
Because the $25 ticket, 10 of that is a tax deductible for the patron. And that money is going to go to the Symphony Guild.
Great.
And it will be distributed to the symphony, the big orchestra, or the youth orchestra.
Oh, great.
Or a combination of those. We also have education projects for our young musicians. It's a scholarship program. If they want to go to summer music camp, they fill out an application, they send it to us, we help them, we match. If they have a $250 donation from, let's say, a Rotary Club, then we can match that $250 to help them get to the level they need for their camp. We provide master classes. Are you familiar? A master class is when your guest artist is here for the weekend.
Oh yes, very definitely, sure.
We pay the guest artist to conduct a class where students, let's say it's a violinist, can come and play a concerto, and then the professional gives advice and tips on how they can improve.
Joanne. Well, I sure want to get into a little more where all those dollars go, but for a viewer needs to get out of the house now or get off to work or otherwise, what is the best phone number? And we've got viewers in the PD, southeastern North Carolina. All of them are invited to come down. Clearly the Long Bay Symphony is one of a kind in our region. Everyone needs to support the Long Bay Symphony. But for viewers who are coming in or right here, what is the best number for someone to call to get information about the tickets or to reserve tickets? I know you've got to get it done by this upcoming Monday so the Clarion Hotel can have the space locked up.
Right. The reservations are due on the 28th.
Okay, on Monday.
That's our head count.
Right.
And the best number probably is the Symphony office.
Okay.
So that's the 843-448-8379
Great.
number.
Okay, and anyone there who answers the phone would know, obviously if they say tablescapes, they know what you're talking about, and they're ready to go ahead and lock them up. Now, will folks actually pay the money when they show up there?
No, we have to have the money ahead of time because once we give Clarion the head count, then we're responsible to pay for that. Okay, so I think you could see, if somebody decided at the last minute not to come, then then we would be out
Okay,
the money
sure.
we owe them.
So folks really need to call now. They need to either call today, Friday, or call over the weekend, leave a message, or
Correct.
call on Monday to lock it up, 843-448-8379.
Correct.
And then to somehow get the money to you during the week or even
Well, we take credit cards.
Oh, great,
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
very
so
important.
we do Visa, MasterCard, and Discover.
Tremendous.
Yes.
Okay, so at the
So it's
Long
an
Bay
easy
Symphony
deal.
office, Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. That is wonderful. Golly, Joanne, how did y'all come up with this idea for tablescapes?
Well, I had gone to Belk's department store to ask the manager there, Michael Usage, if his group would sponsor our fashion show. And he said,
Right.
no, we don't do fashion shows anymore. He says, I got a great idea for you that we used to do in Chicago. And so he told me about this table decorating contest.
Right.
And so it got me to thinking that maybe we needed something new and different.
Yes.
The Guild is doing 5 events this year, and this will be the fourth one. And then, of course, in the summer we have our golf tournament. But
Right.
so I said, okay, Mike, tell me, what's involved here. What's the scope of the event? And so he outlined that the designers pick a theme. We give each designer a 60-inch table and 8 by 8 square foot of space. And they can put as much stuff in there as they want. Some fellow called and he said, well, how high are the ceilings? And one of our designers, and I said, well, it's a ballroom. I think they're like 12 feet high. You can't hang anything from the ceiling, but you do have a lot of space if you want to go up.
Yeah, go up high, sure.
So
tremendous.
I have no idea what he's going to surprise us with, but and so that the 8-foot square space and the 60-inch round table, that levels the playing field.
Right.
And then they go from there with their color scheme or how they want to present the event. And when I come to their table,
Yeah.
I need to be able to look at that table
Right.
and see right away what
Clearly.
the theme is. Okay, if the theme is African safari,
Right.
I got to feel like I'm in the bush when I look at that, So
I can't even imagine how they can do this with
Yeah.
a table.
Yeah, well, if you shop in any of the a shop like Bodega
Right.
or the dinnerware department at Dillard's, we have Dillard's in it, by the way.
Okay, great, yes.
There are so many wonderful, beautiful sets of dishes that suggest a theme, and so that's how they do it, and with the color, and then of course the centerpiece.
Yes.
So
That is tremendous. Well, I want to make sure we take the time to go ahead and just name these 12 locations that are providing their services that day, and then ask simply, how did you all decide on these 12? Since you've mentioned a couple, I want to make sure we get them all in there.
Okay.
So viewers who may shop in some of these locations know to come on out. This is a great day
Right.
to see some of their masterful work in action there. The over-the-top tabletops are designed by Art and Soul, Barbara's Fine Gifts, Belk, Bodega, Crown and Country, Designing Women of the Carolinas, Dillard's, Lazy Boy, Furniture Galleries, Sally Stowe Interiors, Elizabeth Taylor Satterfield Interiors, Lynn Smith, and Steinmart. Now, how did y'all go about deciding these 12 providers?
Well, some of those folks I've worked with before. I coordinated the Historical Society's designer show house.
Oh, great.
And so I met some of those interior designers doing that project. And that was
Yes.
a couple years ago.
Right.
We also wanted to draw from Conway, from North Myrtle Beach, and from the south end, Pawleys Island,
Yes.
and come to a central location.
Right.
And so it was important then to find designers that were within that space.
Yes.
So, and actually, one designer called us after she heard that we were looking for people.
Oh, yeah.
They called us, and actually, Craig, this is funny. This is why I know it's going to be fabulous. We have a fellow that called up, wants to be in it next year.
Oh, come on.
Right. I mean, he heard about it, so he's already on the list for next year.
That's tremendous.